Radio brought to you by Gilbert Hospital and Florence and Anthem Hospitals. I'm Dr. Ann Borik, board certified in internal medicine, and I'm here to keep you up to date on the latest information pertaining to your health and well-being. Wow, welcome, Doc Talk Radio, sponsored by Gilbert Hospital and Florence Hospital and Anthem. I want to welcome you all here today. You know, we have a very, very unique show in store today. We have actually two people who are going to be calling into the studio. So we're going to be conference calling, which is really the first time that we've done that in our show.
Right.
And we have a couple people live in the studio today. For those of you listening, today we're going to talk about something that I really don't know a whole lot about, but I'm learning about, and I thought it would be just a great topic to talk about on our show. It is isogenics. And for those of you that don't know what that is, isogenics is a whole-body nutritional cleansing, cellular replenishing, youthful aging system. And I got to tell you, just today at the hospital, I was telling the people about Doc Talk, and, I was leaving the hospital to come here, and they said, what's the topic going to be about today? And I said, it's on isogenics. You guys, got to watch it because it's going to be an interesting show. And one of the gals said, oh, I'm on isogenics. And I said, well, how did you find out about it? And she said, well, my oncologist has recommended this. She's been diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I'm very, very excited to present actually two people online. I know we have one person who is online. Let me just get, Kathy Coover is the executive vice president of one of the fastest growing direct selling companies in the world, based in our backyard, based right here in Arizona, Chandler, Arizona. As the co-founder, her vision with this company is to impact world health and free people from physical and also financial pain, and in the process to create the largest health and wellness company in the world. Kathy, are you there?
I am. Nice to be on, Dr. Ann.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with us today to talk about this fantastic product. And I'm like I said, I'm very, very interested to hear more about this product. Do we have Dr. Cho available yet? Is he on the line yet? No. Okay, Kathy, can you, this is great. Can you just give us a little bit of information? What is this? What is this product?
Well, Dr. Ann, it's a system.
Okay.
It's basically a system because we truly believe there's not a one product wonder, but it's a system to help gently remove the impurities from the body and then to replenish the body with superfoods. And the body becomes the miracle. It's amazing. And many people use our systems to lose weight. Now, myself, I'm very lean. I just use it for energy and performance and for healthy aging. So we have many systems. We have systems for being overweight. We have systems for fitness and performance.
Right.
And we have systems for healthy aging. So it's phenomenal.
Yeah, today obesity is an epidemic in our country. There's no doubt about it. Not to speak of stress and all of that. And, can you just kind of give us a little like an outline of the different products that we have? Because I understand that there's skin products and there's de-stress, detox. Just kind of give us a little information about that. Can you do that?
I would love to do that. I'll talk about our core system. Our number one selling system is our system for cleansing and replenishing.
Okay.
And the main component, one of the main components, is we have a very mild, gentle cleanse that's actually a blood, liver, lymphatic cleanse, and it gently removes the impurities from the body, but it feeds the body at the same time.
Okay.
And then after we use that, we use a very amazing shake that tastes phenomenal. And it's just full of undenatured whey protein that we get from New Zealand. The best whey comes from New Zealand.
Wow.
And it also has digestive enzymes in it and organic minerals. So it helps build lean muscle tissue. It also helps to reduce the cravings that people have. Mm-hmm. It helps your brain. It's phenomenal. For myself, I put on 10 pounds of muscle with the product, lost a lot of body fat. So I love that product. And then we have another product for stress. And I know many people have lots and lots of stress in their life. And this product is really, it helps balance the body systems. And it's amazing. If you're low in energy, it will bring your energy up.
Wow.
if you are hyper, it kind of calms you down. So it helps balance the body system. So, that's really our core system, really to cleanse and detoxify the body and put the body in the ultimate state.
Right. Now, when you say cleanse, because there's a lot of colonics out there, and there's a lot of things out there when you say cleanse, is it a drink? And is it, what is the mechanism or the physiology or the mechanism of action that this product uses? I know Dr. Cho can probably speak to that, but can you maybe give us, it's something that you drink, is that right?
Yes, basically it's a drink, and you drink it. Well, there's many ways to cleanse, but we recommend people cleanse at least one day a month, once they get to their target weight. But if they're on our weight loss program, they cleanse one day a week. And it's got aloe vera, it's got a lot of teas in it that help gently detox the body. So it helps remove some of those impurities from the body, but it also feeds the body with 100 nutrients.
Wow.
So you don't feel that hungry. And then you go to bed early and you wake up and it's like a fog was lifted off of your head.
Yeah.
You just have mental clarity, focus, and concentration. And so it lets the organs rest. It's important because, we clean our houses, we clean the lint out of our dryer, we change the oil in our cars, but what do you do for your internal body?
Right.
So it's so important that we do take care of our body. And, we live in a very toxic world. Just our air, our water, everything we touch is just polluted. So it's important that we take that time to take care of our internal organs.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, this may be a silly question, but I know that if I'm thinking it, there are other people out there thinking it too. When I hear cleanse, and when I tell my patients that that we're going to prep, for example, a bowel prep, does it stimulate the gastrointestinal tract where actually it causes a diarrhea, or is that not the mechanism of action? Okay.
It doesn't do that.
Okay.
It's not a colon cleanse. It's, like I said, it's a blood, liver, lymphatic cleanse. So you urinate a lot. You drink lots and lots of water. You're really just flushing.
Excellent.
You're flushing the body. You're flushing the impurities out of the body. And it's really remarkable. You might get a little headache, but that's okay. Just drink more water.
Right.
And it's very, very mild.
Right.
You'll be surprised. A lot of people think, oh, my goodness, I'm going to be near the toilet. But you really aren't. It's
Excellent.
not like that at all. And then we have some snacks that go with it that help keep the blood sugar levels up. And that is really takes the edge off. I actually cleansed this Monday, and I feel terrific. I always feel so great after I've done it.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm enrolled. I think this sounds like a fantastic program. One of my colleagues, years ago, actually, who I worked with as a hospitalist here in the Valley, recommended and actually had brought up isogenics to me at that time. And so that's really why when I've come full circle now and meeting Ken, who we're going to introduce here in just a moment, it really caught my attention, because the medical community that I've been associated with here in the Valley, I've only heard good things about. And so I'm actually interested to check this out for myself. So that's really a neat thing.
Well, it's life-changing. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
It is life-changing for people to go on our system. People don't realize, that they're lacking that energy. They don't realize it. Really what it does, it has side benefits. Our products have side benefits. Where you take a drug, you have side effects.
Right.
Our products have side benefits.
Very nice.
And so for myself, I'm lean, but it gives me more energy. It gives me more stamina, mental clarity. Now, someone that's overweight, it drops the pounds and inches.
Wow.
And that's what's really phenomenal, because you can see it. You see it as being a physician. People look puffy. They're edemesis. They have massive inflammation in their body. And so this helps remove that inflammation. It helps remove that edema.
Right.
And all of a sudden the skin looks amazing and the eyes look clear. And then when they start on the shake is scientifically proven to help the body build lean muscle mass. And it also helps reduce the fat. Wow. And as you know, the leaner the better. And as we age, people lose their lean muscle tissue, and this helps you hold on to your lean muscle tissue, and that's the engine of the body. And so if you lose your lean muscle tissue, you get saggy skin, and you'll see people with isogenics that are on our system, they don't lose that lean muscle tissue. They gain muscle, they lose the weight, and they look phenomenal. We've actually had nearly 300 people lose 100 pounds on our product.
Right. That, it's interesting because I had an opportunity to tour the Isogenics, what is it, the location, the campus. And I was impressed to have a wall of pictures of people that have lost, it's a 100-pound weight loss wall in one section, 200-pound weight loss, 300. I mean, it's impressive. It was incredible. And so I hear what you're saying. That's very, very, very interesting. Weight loss isn't really the only thing. I think that, just being healthy, just the mind-body connectedness of what you're talking about is really what this is about as a system to help us do that. That's kind of aligned with what you're saying. Is that right?
That's right. I mean, it's, once you experience our products, it's hard to ever go off of them because it's food. Mm-hmm. People think, well, is this approved by the FDA? But this is food. This is superfood. Right. And as you know, our soil is depleted. Yep. All of our vegetables are sprayed with 72 pesticides. Wow. Then they wash them with solvents. Then they inject them with gas, and we're consuming these and thinking we're getting good nutrition. And then our cattle is injected with hormone steroids and antibiotics. Wow. I mean, I just got a notification that our dog food was contaminated.
Really?
I mean, so yeah, and so this, wow. When you're taking one of our shakes, it's the purest, it's the closest to nature possible, mm-hmm. That you can put in your body, and it's clean. You feel great after it. You lose the cravings because your body is getting what it needs. Right. Because I'm sure you've had the experience when you go out to dinner and you have a big meal, and then you're still hungry. And it's like, why am I still hungry? I eat all that food. Right. But when you have our shakes, you're satisfied because you've mm-hmm. received all the building blocks that the body needs mm-hmm. to sustain life and very low calories. So it's a wonderful product.
Yeah. We were talking about lean body mass. There were some studies just out recently looking at the aging population, particularly our patients that are in the 60s, 70s, 80 years old. And they're finding that people who have lean body, more muscle mass, live longer. And that translates into better balance, less falls, less hip fractures that leads to less blood clots that go to the lung, and mortalities is decreased. So I think there's a cascade effect. If you just think about, one step followed by the next step, it really does lead to a longer, healthier life. And I think that's really what we're all after. That's great. Youthful aging. There's a lot of people talk about anti-aging. Well, I mean, sometimes when you think about anti-aging, we can't really be against aging. It's the natural process. And what I found on the Isogenics philosophy or website, and as I was looking more about this, I hear a different term, and that term is youthful aging. And I know that Dr. Cho, I don't know if he's on the line yet or not, but I like youthful aging better than anti-aging, because really we can't be anti-aging, particularly because aging is a part of the natural process and progress of living. Can you speak to that? What do they mean by youthful aging?
Well, we're all going to grow, we're all going to age, but mm-hmm. it's so totally different when someone ages gracefully, when they're healthy, mm-hmm. when they don't come down with these rare diseases, when they have their lean muscle mass, when they're healthy, when mm-hmm. their cholesterol's right. Most people, as they age, they get metabolic syndrome, which simply means they're overweight, they have high cholesterol. Their blood pressure's up, and it's a real issue.
And they're diabetic. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. and many people, the problem is they're gaining weight, right. And so there's so many components to hold on to your youth. The components that are necessary, to sustain, a healthy lifestyle is we need to cleanse and detoxify. Right. We need to eat proper food. We need to diet and exercise. We got to exercise. Mm-hmm. We need to supplement with antioxidants and vitamins and minerals because our soil doesn't have it anymore. And then we also truly need to take the antioxidants to stop that oxidative stress. Mm-hmm. And as you know, everyone's under stress, and oxidative stress is the big killer. Mm-hmm. And so we really have something extraordinary. We truly have the biggest scientific breakthrough ever right. in history that was created by our master formulator, John Anderson. Mm-hmm. And he is working with Dr. Bill Andrews. You can Google him, Bill Andrews. And he is the man. He is truly the man that has studied telomeres for years and years and years. And he is really, his goal is to break the aging, the code on aging, to help people, grow old gracefully, to stop the clock is really what he's trying to do. And he is a molecular biologist.
Wow.
And he's very responsible for testing our products. And we have a new product called Product B. And that product is just massive doses of healthy antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress.
Right.
And Dr. Bill Andrews has tested our product. This is a natural botanical product. Now, Bill Andrews always felt you had to have a drug, but he was blown away when he saw the results of this product B. And Dr. Andrews is also an ultra marathon runner. I can't even imagine running 125 miles, but that's what he is.
Wow.
And so he has tested our products, and our products are the most potent products on the market.
That's interesting.
So we are on the verge of something very exciting here at Isogenics, and all of us want to hold on to our youth. All of us want to feel good and look good, and we don't want to get sick.
Right.
We don't want to come down with rare diseases. So taking our system really, really helps slow the aging process.
Now let's talk for a moment about our youth, because I think that, in talking about the metabolic syndrome, obesity, childhood obesity, stress in our, in our younger kids, and right now is at an all-time high, diabetes. What does this product show in terms of being effective for younger people? Is there an age that we would recommend starting this? Can you speak to that a little bit?
I would love to do that. Our children, of course, need what we have so desperately, because many parents, are living a fast-paced life. And they don't take the time to make a nutritious meal. When you grew up, I'm sure, Dr. Ann, your parents made a nutritious meal. It was part of our culture.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of that's been lost, and they stop at McDonald's and they're eating this fast food that is dead food, and it's killing our children. Right. And so we're seeing, and you see it, childhood obesity, early diabetes happening with children. So our children definitely need the product at a very young age. I mean, the most important thing you put in your children's mouth in the morning would be our shake. You can give them a half a shake. They get the amino acids. They get the protein that they need in the morning. And they can take our Want More Energy, which I know you tried it and loved it.
I did. I actually took it today, this morning. And usually I stop at Starbucks and I get a coffee. Today I didn't do that, and I feel good. So we can talk more about that later. Dr. Cho. Excellent. Great. Welcome.
Can I? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I was in a meeting. I should have known about this earlier. Can I add to that? I mean, obviously, when children are younger, they need the right type of nutrition to really help with their development growth stage. And protein is important nutrients for muscle as well as immunological development. And if you look at current children's diet, I mean, it's full of carbs, and they tend to be refined, processed carbohydrate or sugars. And we live in a what I call market where everything is all about taste, and unfortunately, that's what the children resonate to.
Right.
And so that's why a protein would make sense. And Want More Energy, children's nutrition, and even some isofruits and isogreen, because USDA recommended that they should be having 10 servings of fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
And yet we know that children aren't doing that. And if you look at some of the CDC data, their diabetic type 2 epidemic is just amazing. I mean, their growth on diabetic type 2, they're having diabetic type 2 at this age.
Yes, and that's unique. That's the first time in the history, as far as we can tell.
Exactly. I mean, this will be the generation that may not outlive their parents.
That's exactly right. Before we go on, Dr. Cho, I want to just introduce you to our listeners. Dr. Cho is a PhD. He's the chief science officer for Isogenics. Has a BS in biochemistry, Master's of Science in Natural Product Chemistry from Miami, organic chemistry. Has published more than 30 patents worldwide. and dozens of peer review journals and so forth. So I just really welcome you, Dr. Cho, to the show. And I just have a question for you. We were talking, and Kathy had mentioned telomeres. Can you talk a little bit about that? I know that because the pathophysiology of that, I think, is really important for our listeners to hear what that is.
Sure. I mean, telomere science is just amazing. I don't know if your audience or yourself was able to look at some of the Nobel Prize winning a couple of years ago was on telomere science. Mm-hmm. And obviously the genomic and the whole genetic research has been exploring for the last 20 years. The whole genome project, we're able to predict what type of health condition we're in by just looking at the genetic makeup.
Wow. And
possibly intervene with some type of that might be able to help us live longer and healthier. Mm-hmm. The telomere is what I consider to be a protector for your chromosomes, and chromosome is your genetic makeup. That has all the information you need for us to live and for us to have black hair or brown eyes, etc. That's where all the information is perceived. What's interesting is that the telomere shortens, which I call the end cap of chromosome, shortens as cell divides. As you know, different cells divide at different rates. And what scientists have found is that depending on your lifestyle, that telomere could shorten very rapidly, wow, causing a rapid aging process. And so at Isogenic, as Kathy alluded earlier, we're excited about embarking on this wonderful science, because science has shown that depending on your lifestyle, you might be able to preserve telomere and might be possibly even lengthen it.
Excellent.
Obviously we're excited about that possibility.
That's interesting. For people who have family history, for example, of breast cancer and so forth, what I'm hearing from you is that lifestyle changes, exercise, balanced nutrition, less stress, how we live day to day, we potentially can reverse that genetic predisposition to maybe thwart disease processes, is really what you're saying. Is that right?
Well, I think so, because if you look at some of the research, stress management, mm-hmm. Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, who won the Nobel Prize winning on telomere science, did a lot of study on some of her patients. And people who tend to worry a lot and have a high stress, they tend to have a shortest telomeres.
Interesting.
So what does that tell you?
Absolutely. Yep. For people listening, you know that one of my personal projects and what I do is really to develop stress management programs, to live it. Not only, say you got to have less stress and then send you out the door, but give you the tools on how to do that. Bring some of the Eastern Qigong, Tai Chi, San Chi Do, some of the programs that incorporate breath, movement, intention, music, prayer. All of those things, I think, have the potential to lower the levels of stress within one's being. And I think that's important.
I think there are a lot of tools available. Mm-hmm. Yoga is one, exercise
mm-hmm.
another.
Yep.
Proper nutrition is very important.
Right.
If you think about the stress and amount of oxidative stress you're causing, which is linked to inflammation, and of course inflammation can be linked to a number of other various health conditions. And so it's very important to have a proper nutrition. The reality is that in today's convenient society, we want food now, and we tend to not think about all the implications. Are we getting enough antioxidant? Are we getting enough phytochemicals that has antioxidant property? Are we getting the right type of protein? Mm-hmm. Are we using right type of fiber? And fiber also has a tremendous health benefit as well.
Right. Absolutely. For diabetics, for people who are obese, for people who have diverticulitis. The list goes on when you look at the pathophysiology of how this can benefit different disease processes. Very interesting. I want to just kind of turn here for a moment to our studio. We have two people in the studio today, Ken Schilling and Diane Schilling. And Ken, welcome. Diane, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's just take a moment, and I'd love to hear a personal story. Ken, I know that you or have been involved in this. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your interest and your experience with Isogenics.
Okay. I'm Ken Schilling, and I'm a professional artist and winemaker. And I also produce large music and wine festivals.
Wow.
And typically when I do that, we have audiences of 5,000 to 10,000 people.
Wow.
And being in the wine industry, you have a tendency to consume a little bit more than than the average person. And with that is 120 calories per glass of wine. So I noticed my weight climbing up. So I was a little bit embarrassed about my weight, and I wanted to fix that. I didn't realize all the other side benefits of what the isogenic system was going to provide. So I contacted our local person that was our isogenics rep and got on the program, and lo and behold, I lost weight.
Wow.
And I didn't change my lifestyle. I continued to consume, and but I lost about 20 pounds
Wow.
in about 60 days, which was pretty good.
I think that's probably a healthy rate to do it in,
Yeah.
not too fast.
And then the other things that I was noticing was the mental clarity was off the chart. I mean, I was on all the time. There wasn't anything you could ask me that I couldn't give you an answer immediately, where before I felt like I had a little brain fog or something going on, that I wasn't clear all the time. But through the isogenics system, and even today, a year and a half later, firstly, the weight's gone. Secondly, the mental clarity is, like I said, off the charts. And my doctor, who informed me a couple years ago that I was looking at possible type 2 diabetes, that I was about 40 pounds overweight.
Right.
And, there's some other issues with my liver and things like that. I went back to the doctor about 6 months into the program, and he couldn't believe the transformation. Wow. He was absolutely...
That's impressive. Now, just kind of give us a little idea of what your daily routine is. I mean, the 30-day cleanse, which, as Kathy was talking about, I think is something great. But after that, what is the maintenance? How does that look after that?
I've matured with the program, I've added a lot of the other supplements to the program. Originally, I started out just doing the shakes and the cleanse.
Okay.
Not any of the other products. But as I learned more about isogenics and the other products, I have also introduced the supplements into my lifestyle. I've introduced Product B. Amazing things happen when you're on Product B. And I've introduced fruits and greens into my shake. So in the daytime, in the morning, when I wake up, the first thing I do is I have a 2-ounce shot of Ionic Supreme, which is a super juice. And then I do a daily cleanse. And I'm not sure what Dr. Cho would think about that, but I actually cleanse every day. And I find that I'm much better doing it that way than waiting a week. I feel much better.
Is there a contraindication, or Dr. Cho, are you still on the line there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible to overdose on this? So, for example, I mean, it's kind of funny that may sound funny, but is there a risk of maybe taking too much of this or not?
Well, actually, we know an individual who actually, when they cleanse, they take 32 ounces of our cleansed liquid.
Oh, wow.
I want to say something to this. Obviously, a lot of our product comes with these extract that's been commonly used in food ingredients. And I think what we tend to do is extract the component, what I call phytochemical, that provides green colors and everything else. As you know, Dr. Borik, there's several epidemiological study of health and benefit from the consumption of colorful greens and colorful fruits.
Right.
The science still is telling us there's a strong value and a strong correlation for mitigation of various health conditions.
Right.
Now, one of the things that we are very excited about, we know the most diet seems to help lose weight. But as we age, we tend to have what I call sarcopenia issue, or some muscle wasting. And one of the things that we're noticing, and we just commissioned collaborative research with the University of Illinois at Chicago, and some of the preliminary data are telling us that not only people are losing weight, but they're gaining some muscle tissues, which means you're going to enhance metabolism.
Right.
But they're also targeting what I call a visceral fat. So your fat from intra-abdominal fats are melting away. And when you see a magnetic resonance imaging of this, as a scientist, I get goosebumps.
Excited,
about
absolutely, yes. And then that's, I think, one of the criteria when we talk about the metabolic syndrome. I mean, it's deposition of adipose tissue around the waist.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. And so that's interesting. I got to tell you, I am absolutely excited about this product. In fact, I ordered it, and I can't wait for it to come in the mail so that I can get started. So that's pretty neat. Joe, do we have any calls?
Yes, we have. Kevin out there would like to know, if you lengthen the telomere, will you live longer?
Well, that's a great question, and some of the research and science is a fun top. Dr. Pinho from Harvard University was able to. Now, this is on animal model. We haven't done on humans. On animal models, he was able to demonstrate that by lengthening telomere, he was able to at least improve the quality of life for mice. Now, in terms of living longer, there's some suggestion for certain animal studies, but that's still unknown. But what's amazing is that during the study, they were able to found that these mice had a better coat. It showed less aging process and there were less obesity type of relation to these mice studies.
Right. That's a good question. You know, what I appreciate is that it sounds like Isagenix is really built on being authentic in what their product is. You know, standing by the research and I think that really lends a lot to this particular system. Any other questions, Joe? No. Okay. Dr. Cho, anything else that you think we would like to talk about? Any other category or topic as it relates to this product?
Yeah, can you repeat that question again?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to open it up to see if there's anything else that you want to add or talk about. Just to kind of take us.
I think you and I had a discussion about situation in America about progressive disease and how that's just relate to metabolic syndrome and the lifestyle. Obviously, who doesn't want to eat right? But unfortunately, I'm not sure if we have enough education to decide what type of food that we need to intake.
Yeah.
But not only that, do we have discipline to be able to properly provide us with nutrition? And one of the things that I think Isagenix did right is make everything so convenient, using what I call right type of nutritional profile to help you cleanse, help you replenish, and really addressing some of the key components that's fighting off some of these metabolic syndrome cases.
Right. You know, as a hospitalist, internal medicine specialist, I can tell you that our training, the standard internal medicine family doc, in our training, we don't get a whole lot of training as it pertains to nutrition. You know, so I think a lot of the general public or a lot of our patients come to us, and we're not armed with the information that's out there. And I think that's why this is a program that I think, or a system that I think would work align very well with the medical community in terms of dealing with morbid obesity, obstructive sleep apnea, things that really can lead to decreased mortality in our patients, and trying to get some of these people to not only lose weight, but cleanse from the cellular level, from the inside out, leading to less cancers, I'm sure, leading to less diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, all of those things. So I guess what I'm saying is that the medical community, we really don't have the answer as it pertains to nutrition. And I think that's why I'm very excited about this, to kind of help add to our knowledge base, about it. So that's really great.
Well, I'm in agreement with you. I mean, obviously, medical doctors are wonderful. I mean, they're mitigating and they're finding solution with the medical problems. But if you look at some of the progressive disease, it happens just because of some of the life choices
Absolutely.
that we made.
Right. And a lot of times we just don't have the information to bring forth to our patients. Not because we don't want to. It's just that
That's correct. And there's a lot of information out there who's touting. You know, one of the things that I found Isogenics is doing well. We're not out there selling this one bottle that will shed 30 pounds.
Right.
We're not about that. I think the whole system makes sense fundamentally.
Right.
And it's a product that really provides a lot of results. Now, Dr. Borik, you had an opportunity to come to our office, but when you see these folks losing 100 pounds and 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, obviously physically they look attractive, but at the end of the day, as a scientist, I feel like, you know what, we just provide and extended their quality of life.
Absolutely.
By being able to provide these tools and
right.
help them regain their self-esteem and boy, I tell you what, to me that's why I get up in the morning and come to work.
Yeah, that's really obviously seen, there. Joe, did you have a question?
Yes, we've got somebody out there that would like to know: is this program able to work into the daily lifestyle where they can still eat an occasional pizza or have beer, etc., or do they have to only eat Isogenics?
That's a good question. Why don't we start with Ken? Why don't you answer that question, and then we can maybe have Kathy.
I'll go back to my daily routine. So during the day, first thing in the morning, as I have Cleanse and Ionic Supreme, and I have a shake. And in that shake, I put in grains, fruits, calcium, and protein.
In powder form?
In powder form. And so I mix that. That's my breakfast. For lunch, it's the normal pizza, burger, whatever kind of lunch. I try not to do that, but in my lifestyle, it seems that's what's convenient. Now, when I go back to my home after my day's over, I go back to the Isogenic shake and consume that for my evening meal. Right. And I feel amazing. I can't even describe it. It works well.
Like for me, what I would do, I would probably do a shake in the morning. I don't stop through lunch, so I'll probably do a shake at lunch and then have a good dinner. And that probably sounds right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Are the shakes, are they just proteins or are there carbs and fats in it as well?
There's
everything in there.
Yeah, they're a complete meal. And that's what's wonderful about it. And you hear other shake commercials and infomercials, but then again, I think if you got to look at the quantity, what source of protein, what source of carb, what source of fiber. But Isagenic's gone beyond that. When I actually joined Isogenic a couple of years ago, I was just amazed with their due diligence, and they really cared about where the ingredients are coming from, what process that they're using. And so, for example, they decide to pay premium on whey supply, for example. And they decide by whey from New Zealand to manufacture these products because New Zealand has a different agricultural practice where their cows are grazing cows. They don't use antibiotics or hormones.
That's huge. And we don't know that. Right. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I'd like to just address is the master formulator, Dr. John Anderson, who is he's an amazing individual, and he's formulated, and Kathy, maybe you can answer this, he's formulated over 2,600 different products, is that correct?
Yes, that is true, and more now with Isogenics, because he's made several for us, and actually he developed them for 600 companies. And, John is, I call him the Einstein of formulations. And he really, Dr. Sue can attest to it, he is a genius when it comes to product formulations. It's his passion, it's his life, it's his dream to really impact people's health. Because when he actually did come down with type 2 diabetes, and because of that, his quest to become healthy really was, amplified. So he's phenomenal, and his whole premise is you have to put the quality of ingredients into the products. It's most important. And what he was frustrated with in his career was that people compromised the products. They cheapened the products, then the products didn't work. Mm-hmm. And the reason Isogenics products work is because of the quality of the ingredients, and we get the results. The bottom line, they work.
Wow. It sounds like if you're focusing on the whey product from New Zealand, that speaks volumes to embracing that whole concept. Do you have another question, Jim?
Yes, we've got a couple lined up here. Dave wanted to know, a type 2 diabetic who enjoys diet soda, does that have to be cut out? That could probably open up a big can of worms.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, diet soda does not have any sugar, so it doesn't contribute to blood sugar. But the science has shown that it does stimulate certain portion of brain, so you have certain craving for a larger amount of carb type of food, and so that could actually have a side effect in terms of that type of craving.
Okay, so really kicking off a vicious cycle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so diet soda has no nutritional value. It's
Zero.
basically water with carbonation, phosphoric acid, citric acid, and flavor.
Right.
And Jenny wanted to let everyone out there know that she's been on the product for 2 years. You can definitely have a real life using Isagenix. And she's a friend of Michelle Madrid's.
Oh, good. Okay. Very good. That's great. Just speaking about this, I want to just have you give us a little snapshot of the international extent that Isagenix has reached. Can you give us a little information of what countries that, other than the United States, where is Isagenix found globally?
Right now, we are in 7 countries. We're, of course, in the United States, Canada. We have distribution sites in Canada. We're also in Mexico. We have a beautiful office down in Mexico City. And we're in Hong Kong and Taiwan, offices in each one of the countries that we open. And then Australia.
Oh, wow.
We have a great community there. And so we are growing in all markets because our products work.
Wow.
We've got Roddy out there we want to do a shout-out to listening from Australia. And Roddy would like to know, does it help restore pH balance since most people are very acidic?
Good question. Dr. Cho, I don't know, can you address that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Obviously, pH for blood is well maintained homeostatically. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's some documentation and research to support that you could change the cellular pH. We don't have enough research evidence to say one way or the other.
So basically, though, just if our intention is for health and well-being, the less acidic, the better. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, there's some research on acid balance issue. I mean, that's the topic that we're somewhat familiar with, but that's not the only endpoint, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's my argument. Getting back to the Pepsi Diet Coke thing, I think that it's toxic to the body. The diet sodas. And I think it's probably because of the acid balance that it brings into the body. It's just not nutritious. It's not good to bring into the body, as far as I'm concerned, whether you're diabetic or not.
Can we? We've got several people out there wanting to know where they can get the products, so maybe we can jump that in real quick.
Ken, maybe you can help us with that.
Well, all the Isagenix products are distributed by independent reps internationally, so you can get them through an independent rep. And if you're listening to this show, you can get them on fitpath.isagenix.com. You can go onto that website and you can take a look at the products. All the information on each product is there, as well as the nutritional information, and you can order at will.
So can somebody just go on there, like let's say they don't want to become a distributor, but they want to start the product. Is that possible to do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You've got Canada that has joined us as well.
Oh,
hello
wow.
out there, Canada. And we've got an Isagenix person from Canada out there.
Excellent. Wow, that's pretty neat. I just want to take a minute. We're going to be wrapping up. I can't believe the time has gone as quickly as it has. But just to, again, give a snapshot of the products. There's the nutritious shakes. Obviously, we talked about. There's the cleansing at the cellular level, the ionics for stress, antioxidants, multivitamins, calcium supplements, vitamin D. There's even nutrients for joints, which I think is a valuable product for some of our people as they get older. There's an anti-aging skin serum. Is that right?
That's correct.
And then there's some really neat products that are, like the IsaCrunch and just some of the snacks, which is what I started my day with today, which was really good. And so that's kind of what it looks like. And if you do go on that website, you can read about all the different products that Isagenix has. And again, that's what, FitPath?
Fitpath.isagenix.com.
Okay, that's great. Did you want to say anything, Diane?
Not particularly.
Okay.
I'll let my husband handle it.
You're on the product, though, is that right?
I am definitely on the product. I've been on the product about 2 years as well.
Fantastic.
And I started with the shakes, the cleanse, and the ionics.
Okay.
And within about 2-month period, I dropped 12 pounds. I
Wow.
released 12 pounds. So I felt great. I really did. So I've continued with the products ever since.
The skin line, I know that there's even like a sunscreen. That living in Arizona, that really kind of caught my eye because we're going to hopefully have. Not hopefully, but we will have a dermatologist on the show here soon talking about, the effects of the sun and how it tears down the skin and protecting it. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of, that caught my eye in terms of the sunscreen product that Isagenix has. Joe, any other questions?
No.
Okay.
We've got comments, though. Jenny wanted to say, absolutely live a normal life with this, and it just gets rid of all the bad stuff in your system.
Wow. I just want to mention a few interesting points. 1 in 4 people in North America have GI disorders that could be managed with diet and lifestyle changes. If you think about it, 1 in 4 people, irritable bowel, just the gastrointestinal, processes that go on can be managed just simply by increasing exercise, eating right, increasing fiber, decreasing red meat intake. And, there's some studies looking at people with diverticulosis where red meat weakens the wall, the lining and the muscle of the colon. And so there's a lot of research. When you look at this product in this system, there's so much research now coming down the pike, really complementing what we're talking about. The oxidative stresses that we now know that increasing vegetables, greens, decrease age-related glaucoma. Age-related macular degeneration in the eye. So there's some really neat stuff out there.
If I might interject, I had the privilege and the honor of attending one of Isagenix's annual forums, and it's called Celebration. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you that there was probably 5,000 to 7,000 people there.
Wow.
And these were long, arduous days, full of information, and 5,000 people in an auditorium. And I didn't hear a sneeze. I didn't hear a cough.
Wow.
I didn't hear anybody clearing their throat. It was really amazing to see 5,000 healthy people congregated in one
That's
situation.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it boosts the immune system. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's what you're speaking to.
Right.
Just from a personal perspective, the people that you deal with, who's the biggest? Is it professional? I mean, who do you find is drawn to this product? Is it housewives? Is it professional? Is it children, athletes? Or is it a mix?
I've found that obviously we always target the people that are overweight as a potential user and to try and get them healthy. My passion basically is to eliminate the obesity issue, and so I was really looking at that. But it's amazing the amount of athletes and professional athletes that consume this product and support this product. So I think anybody and everybody that is concerned about their health should be on the system. And to that point, I have an alcoholic that works in my office, and I've talked to him at great length about how just getting your body nutritionally balanced could help eliminate some of the desire for the alcohol and for that stimulant that he's getting through alcohol.
Yeah. Absolutely. One of the first things that we do when we have patients who have alcoholism is to supplement with multivitamins, thiamine, folate, because their bodies physiologically are starving for the nutrients. So that's a good point. Yeah, Joe.
Just want to say hello to Jamie and Jesse out there that want to say hi to Ken and Diane. And Jesse wants to say that he loves the Isagenix.
Wow.
That's our children.
Oh, that's neat. Very, very good.
Hi, kids.
That's awesome. I don't know, Kathy, Dr. Cho, we're going to be wrapping up here. I really want to hear from you a little bit more if there's anything else that you think we may need to talk about, or I don't want to miss it, because this is really a phenomenal system from what I'm seeing.
Well, what I'd like to say in wrapping up is every single body can benefit from Isagenix, and it's an easy, simple solution to getting high quality ingredients into your body. It's very affordable. In fact, you save money on the program. And all of our products come with a 100% money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. The only thing, you will gain good health. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it with so many hundreds of thousands of people that have tried our products. And that's why I'm in this business, is because the results are people having. It's saving people's lives, Dr. Ann. I mean, you see it every day. You see people come in and you go, oh my gosh, you have to prescribe drugs. If you could only give them something that would, help their health. And that's the Isagenix way. It's really helping people with their health, and it's making them feel good, live that quality of life. So we're very, very excited about our results with our product. And, we're a very stable company here in Chandler, Arizona that's 10 years young.
Wow.
And we're going into our next 10 years to change people's lives. Our goal is to impact world health. So we have a lot of people's lives we're ready to change.
When you say that it's affordable, personally, yesterday that was a question, and as I said, I would stop. Diane works at, we met over at the Starbucks, and I would stop there, and, it's $4 or $5 just to get a cup of coffee. A shake is what? A couple dollars?
$3.
Yeah, I mean, so, it's cheaper from that perspective. Calorie-wise, if we were looking at a shake, how many calories in one of the shakes?
240.
240, compared to, the decaf, non-fat, no whip peppermint mocha that I get, which is literally what I get. I think that probably has more calories in it.
Are these individual packets that you open up and pour in, or how does that work?
They're either or. They come in a canister, a 14-meal canister, or you can get, I've never bought the packets, but they do come in, I don't know how many packets in a
Candy
can.
packets.
Yeah.
That's
But it's
I'm not
2
sure.
scoops of shake into 8 ounces of water. And
Into
you're
a
done.
blender, or do you just shake it?
You can shake it. I actually do mine in a blender because I mix other things in.
Little
with it.
ice, maybe some fruit or something?
Yeah, sometimes I put in blueberries and other
Nice.
types of berries. And
Yeah. But if you're on the go, you can take it to work with you, take it to school, put it in a shake, in a shaker container, and shake it that way as well. Add some crushed ice.
And to Greg out there, Greg says he's a 40-plus athlete, and it's amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Wow.
Great.
And then I would add to that I found myself, I've been a runner all my life, and I stopped running for about 4 years and started again, and I found that I couldn't run my normal 10-minute miles. I got on Isagenix. Within 2 months, I was back to 10-minute miles and under. Mm-hmm. So the performance was just amazing,
Right.
how it improved the
Wow, that's impressive. So weight management, it's a whole body nutritional cleansing, cellular replenishing system, and youthful aging. I mean, in my mind, it's those three things: weight loss, youthful aging, and obviously detoxing and cellular replenishing. Good. Dr. Cho, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to wrap up. If there's anything else that you wanted to add to.
Well, it gives me a pleasure to work with a company who actually really wanting to have a healthy lifestyle that could be transformed into a lot of folks.
Wow.
One of the things that I get excited about, obviously there's a lot of science and research based in our products. But, you hear Ken's stories, and a lot of your audience are coming with wonderful stories. This happens every day. I hear about this, and even my brother recently, who's the most skeptic individual, got on it. Now he's a believer.
Wow.
And I live this life. It's so easy to incorporate this isogenic system into your life. So it's not a magic bullet, but it's a system that shows real results. And as a scientist, I'm excited about the results, and I'm excited about the research behind it.
That's interesting. I mean, that's really great. With that, I don't know if there's any other comments or questions before we go.
Can we clarify the website one more time?
fitpath.isagenix.com.
And that's fitpath.isagenix.com.
Yes, is it fit?
FitPath, F-I-T-P-A-T.
F-I-T-T, or-
No, F-I-T-P-A-T-H.
Okay.
.isagenix.com.
Okay.
Or you can just Google Isagenix, and then there's a whole bunch of information that you can get. But it really is a great product. With that, I just want to kind of wrap things up. This program, Doc Talk Radio, we have a website. If you're interested, check it out. If you haven't logged on or liked us on Facebook, do that, because we want to kind of follow the numbers. And that's doctalkradio.com. And you can watch the show. I'm sure, obviously if you're hearing this, you can see it, kqcklive.com. But you can also log into the doctalkradio.com within 5 minutes of the show every Wednesday, there's a little window that pops up and you can watch it live streaming on our website as well. So, Ken, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ann.
Joe, I think that's it. If there's nothing else that we want to talk about here.
All righty.
Okay, great.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Kathy.
Thank you.
Kathy,
Thank you,
Dr. Cho. Thank you so much.
You know, I was thinking.
Wait, we're still on there. This concludes Doc Talk Radio with Dr. Ann Borik. Till next time, I wish you health, wellness, and many blessings.
Doc Talk Radio is brought to you by Gilbert Hospital and Florence and Anthem Hospitals. Topics discussed are for informational and not intended to substitute advice from your personal physician.
Are you planning